Alright, back to this monstrosity. I made some pretty good progress last time, right? It's been a few days though, so you might have forgotten every kind of technique I found. Well, not really. I remember at the end of the previous one, I ended up filling in a bunch of this and then realizing afterwards that actually my deduction was wrong. I can't remember why. I think I was looking at the possible pairs that could go here and worked out that only one of them was possible and could only go one way round, and then I put it in. Actually, what are the pairs that can go there? I might as well try and write them down so I don't forget for next time. Oh gosh, I've got to get back into this. So it's a difference of 4. So the pairs we could have are 1 and 5. That would be fine. I feel like I did 1 and 5, maybe? I don't actually remember. 1 and 5. I've got to get back into the habit of writing with the mouse. 1 and 5, 2 and 6. Is there any reason that couldn't happen? Don't think so. 2 and 6. And then finally 3 and 7, which I can't do because 3 and 7 are definitely here. So it's just these two. But obviously also 5 and 1 and 6 and 2. And I knew the 7 couldn't be on the right anyway, so I've just cancelled out one of the options. Yeah, okay. Apparently, I'm only really a couple of deductions away from this all opening up, maybe. So there might be some light at the end of the tunnel. It's like I'm walking down a very long, dark tunnel, and somebody's told me there's light at the end, and that's all I get. There's light somewhere. It's windy, so I can't actually see the light at the end. It's just corners. But somebody's informed me that maybe a couple of turns away, I might start to see some light. That's the metaphor I'm going with. So, I need to even reorient myself around what could I possibly do next? Like, is this the one that's going to explode? Like, maybe, because a lot of this is like, once I start figuring it out, a lot of the rest of it fills itself in. So it could be this stuff that ends up exploding, but it could really be anything. What else can I figure out? What about the other numbers that go here? What did I figure out about this? That it's a guaranteed 1 and 7, was it? Because this has, yeah, depending on what this is, if this is 1 and this is a 4, so if this is 1 and 5, then this has to be 2 and 7? Yes, yeah, and vice versa, therefore 1 and 7 are in here. That doesn't tell me much about 3, 5, 6, and 2, right? No. Because if this is 1 and 5, yeah, sure, 2 has to be here, but if this is 1 and 6, then this will be 3 and 7, so 2's not even there. Okay. So it doesn't guarantee me any of the other numbers. We've got a 7 here already. That could be a 7, but so could these 3. Well, yeah, these 3 could be. Except there's this going on down here, but I think that's fine. Yeah. How did I end up thinking that one of these is like guaranteed? I'm not sure. Maybe I saw that 5 and was like, oh, it can't be a 5. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I did 1 and 5. Yeah, I'm not sure at all. Okay, so what numbers do we have along here? We've got 1s, 1. So all of that's covered by 1. That's covered by 1. This still needs a 1, but it's going to be in this region. I know that already. So these are not 1. That doesn't help. These squares without clues at all are obviously going to be the ones that I start filling in at the end, I think. So that's 1s, 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 1. That's already got a 1. So in fact, 1, this grid, this grid, this grid, and this grid have all got that 1 along that row. And I know where it is in this row. Okay. 2. 2's covered there, 2's covered there. This one doesn't have a 2 yet. It needs 1. I don't see how I'd work out necessarily that it's going to be there. Because I have a 2 here either. 4. 4's covered there, 4's covered there. We need another 4 for this one. And this one and this one. 3. Covered, covered. Not covered. Not covered, not covered. I'm expecting there to be a deduction now where I have to figure out something that kind of goes like this or something, although not here because I don't really have much information, but maybe here informs something over here somehow. Is that even possible? I can't even figure out the maths of that. Wait, this is something I've not actually filled in fully, isn't it? 1, 2, 6, 7, and also 6, 1, 7, 2. I should probably actually fill it in. I could have a different notation for this kind of correspondence between them, but this works fine. But I know that 2's not there. Okay, so... Oh wait, I've already got 7 as well. Hold on, what have I done there? Not 6, 1, 6, 7. 1, 2. But not 1 and 2. Well, maybe I had done that. Whoops. Okay. And that's how I ended up like that. Okay. Obviously got a lot of numbers here. What's missing? We need a 1, 2, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 5, and 6. Basically all the numbers that are in these cells, obviously. Could this inform me about what this can be? I don't feel like it will, because if that's 3, then that could be 4, not 5, 6, or 7. That doesn't really affect this much at all. What I do know is that that's not a 7 or a 1. So I know that's not a 1. Oh, I'm still on eraser mode. -1. Maybe I should just have a separate colour for... let's do red, but not that red, because it's... Oh, that's yellow. Let's do red, but a different kind of red. A nicer red. Slightly orangish red. There we go. Beautiful. So what was I saying? This is not a 1. Not a 1. That could be a 1. That could be a 1. That could be a 1. What about 2s? Is there any way I can narrow down 2s? Oh no, that's not a 2, but I already know it's not a 2, it's a 7. Not really. 2 could go anywhere. 5s. Anywhere. 6. Also anywhere. Great. I guess I still need a 1 in this row, though. I need to keep thinking about that. But still, there's a few places that could go, I think. Any of these places. Yep. Yeah. I don't have enough like actual specific numbers over here. Got a 5 down here, and that's about it. But to like spread across, I need things that are affecting the entire row. Like to go across grid. 5s. 1, 1, 1, 1. It's just the one here that I need to do. Is there some way of working that out? No, don't think so. I've got a lot on that row. What about this row then, the bottom row? So hold on, 2. And then none of these are 2. One of these then has to be 2. That doesn't tell me anything, because that 2 could be down there. But one of these 4 has to be 2. Wait, do I know that that has to be a 2? So I know that that's not a 2? Is that true? True 2. No. Wait. That is true, right? In that column, because it's the whole. There's 2 numbers in 2 squares. Like no matter, basically whatever I pick here, one of these 2 ends up being a 2. That's the way this works, right? This is a 1. This is a 5. That's a 2. If this is a 3, this is a 7. That's a 4, and that's a 2 or a 6, but it can't be a 6, so it's a 2. If it's a 5, then that's a 1, and that's a 4, and then that's a 6 or a 2. So the 2's there, so this is not a 2. So the 2 goes in one of these 3 spaces. Well, should I just put it in? Because it's kind of hard to remember that I need to look cross grid. Like when I'm focusing on a sort of specific grid. Oh, I don't need to put minus. 2. 2. So I've got 3 spaces left where a 2 could go. Can I narrow that down any further? It would be interesting if I could say there was no 2 there, because I would know it was here. And that row would be done and I'd get that 6. Right? That's why that was useful. Somehow I figured out that, and I don't remember how. Based on, there's definitely no 1 there, and definitely no 1 there, which came from the 7, I guess. If I could figure out that that's definitely not 2. Is that guaranteed to be 2 for some reason? But then that would give me quite a lot here. Why would that be guaranteed to be 2? That would mean that's 4. But that could be 2, and that's 4. Well, yeah, that could be 2. Is there a reason that can't be 2? But even if it were 4, no, what am I wanting to prove? I'm wanting to prove that that has to be 2, so that's not. This is not a great strategy. Starting with like wanting to prove a random thing. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I want to prove that that's 2, so that this is not. So that I'd have to prove that that was a 4, but no, because that would allow a 3 there. That could still be 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure, why not? Well, the problem then would be that that would be a 4, and that would conflict with that. But it could be 3, 4. No, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine. Also 3, 4, 6, 7. Yep. Is there some way to know that that's not a 2? Maybe something similar is going to happen. Is there some way to, like, I could do a similar thing for like a lot of the numbers, and then maybe one of them will narrow down and give me a single cell. Oops. 7, 7. 7's done along here. This still needs a 7. Is there a way of figuring out which one of these is 7 from this? Let's just put this in. I know these are not 7s, even though I could go and look over there. I'm going to put it in anyway. So these are... One of these is a 7. 7 is bigger than 1, for sure. Could 7 go here? I guess I don't see why not, because then that would just be a 6, 5, 4, 3 or something. 7 could go there, that would be a 1 then. Or 7 could go there, that would be a 1. Oh, hello, what? If 7 went there, that couldn't be 7. No, okay, yep. 7 went there. I thought I had some kind of weird contradiction there, but I don't think I do. I think I just said the wrong thing. If 7 goes here, that can't be 7, that has to be 7. So that's a 1, that's fine. If 7 goes here, that can't be 7, that's a 1, so that's a 7. And so that's a 1, yeah, that all works out fine. Wait, why can't those be 7s? Oh, because of those, yeah, because of that. Also because of that. Problem now is I think I'm going to keep looking at this and going, oh, so 7 obviously goes there, but no. This notation was for this grid. For 4. So I have a similar situation over here for 4. Again, I know that that's already a 4, so that can't be a 4. We've got these two. These two could be a 4. So could that. So basically I've only ruled out that one. Those two are ruled out, that's ruled out. 4's here, here, or here. Any of those works. I don't think it really helps to write that down. The 7's interesting because it forces the 7 to be here, but I just don't get how that helps. Because sure, the 7 could go there, and then the 7 would be over here on this row. 4, 7, 3. Did I think about 3 yet? 3 goes up to there. Is there anything I can rule out being a 3? Not really. The only thing I can rule out from there is a 1. So I also know that one of these is a 1, right? Yes, because this is gonna, obviously this is gonna have a, no, one of these two could be a 1. Yeah. One of these two could be a 1, so that doesn't mean there's necessarily a 1 over here. What about on this one? Although that's already cut out. So we've got 1s kind of most of the way across. That grid's got a 1, that grid's got a 1, 1, 1. That one's not. 7 I've got as much as possible on that row, I think. No, not on that row. Okay, hold on. Can I figure out anything about the 7s on that row? So I know one of these is a 7, so that's not a 7, that's not a 7, that's not a 7. So I know one of these 3 is a 7. Yes? One of these 3 is a 7. Similar to the reason that... Okay. One of these 3 is a 7. Except not that one. So one of these 2 is a 7. Why those 2? Because they're not... It was 1 and 7, right? They were always fixed there. Well, it's not the combination lock. It is the combination lock? No, it's this thing. Combination lock was that bit up there. 7. So if it's 1 and 5, then the other one's 2 and 7. If it's 3 and 7, then what was the... Why do the others not work? Like 2 and 6. Oh, because 2 and 6 over here it would have to be 1 and 6 or 2 and 7. Yeah, okay, that's why. So it's 1 and 7 are guaranteed over here. Let's just mark that on with a nice... what do I use pink for? I don't even know anymore. 1 and 7 are in this region. So not 7, not a 7, not a 7. Obviously not a 7. So, and not a 7. So 7's here or here. So these are not 7, not 7, not 7. Oh, maybe that helps me. Hold on. So not 7, not 7, not 7. Like maybe I can't figure out those 2 yet. But because of this, that means I know there can't be a 7 here, so one of these 2 is a 7. But which one? Not that one. That one's a 7. Okay, hold on, let's do that again. 1 and 7 has to be here, so none of these are 7. That's not a 7. That means one of these 3 has to be a 7. I know it's not that one. I might as well put that in while I'm here. Why do 2s and 7s have to look so similar? 7... so that means that there's a 7 in one of these 2, which means this row, this grid's already done. And that can't be a 7 because there's going to be a 7 there. So one of these 2 has to be a 7. But that one, there's going to be a 7 in that column already, and I know where they're going to be. So it's that one. Yes. Yes. 7. This is where it opens up. Seemingly not. So that's not a 7. Oh wait, that's what that means. Okay. What does that tell me? What does that tell me? Anything? I know one of those two is a 7, but I still don't know which one it would be. How's that going to help? I imagine the way this puzzle was designed, maybe like the initial thing was to figure out a few of those kind of deductions, like cross-grid deductions. And so this would have been put in to make that work, right? And then once you filled that in, maybe a lot of the other ones were put in to allow it to then cascade from there. So like the initial set of cross-grid deductions were set up. You end up with a set of numbers, and then the rest of the deductions, the rest of the constraints are thrown in to give you a way of extending from that initial set. The problem is that with the amount of constraints that end up getting thrown in, when you start the puzzle, you have no idea where to begin. There's so many constraints, and you don't know whether it's going to be cross-grid or not cross-grid or any of that. Okay. How does this 7 help me? Doesn't help me with that. Doesn't help me with much at all. I mean, it will somehow. I don't know how. One of these two is a 7. Can I figure that out? Somehow. I don't know. At least something's happened. 1, 2, and 7. So these two, and this one, and this one are going to be... I mean, there's a lot of things they could be. Well, these two are going to be... Yeah, 1, 2, 5, or 6. But not 6, right? These two can't be 6 because that would put a 7 in here, but I've already got a 7 in here. So that's not 6, that's not 6. So 6 goes here or here. That's interesting. Let's put it in. Not 6. Not 6. Not 6. Okay. 6 or 6. Not 1. Obviously not 7 as well. Oh, these are obviously... Oh, well, yeah. I've already got 7 on that row. Is there any other reason I would know? Anything? Wait, so not 6, not 6. That means one of these two is a 6. Which means these are not. Right? Because that row in that subgrid needs a 6. But it's not there and it's not there because that would put a 7 here. That's fun. Okay. So hold on. So there's a 6 here. That means these two are not 6. So I need to get rid of the option where this is 6 and this is 2, and the option where this is 6 and this is 2, which means it is a 1 and a 5. Okay. It is a 1 and a 5. There's no 6 here. So, okay, so that means the 6 and the 2 go over here. Can I figure out which ones? Which one is which? I don't think I can. But I could put them in. put them in as like, so I know this is a 6, 6, 2, 2, 6, right? They have to go here? No, 2 could go here. I need to not be silly. Let's leave that as it was. Not like that. All I know is that the 2 doesn't go there. No, that means there has to be a 2 here. There has to be a 2 and a 6 in these two spaces. Yes, that is right. That is right. 2, 6. I think. I'm not sure. Because I know these are 1 and 5. This row still needs a 2 and a 6. So 2 and 6 go here. Yes, there's no other way about that. That means that these 2 are going to be 1 and... what's left? 5? 1 and 5? Okay, so it's either 1 and 5 and 5 and 1, right? So I can actually get rid of that now and put in some blues. I think I'm doing okay here. 1 and 5. There. There we go. I don't think I can figure out which one's which though. Oh, I hope I did that right. Did I do anything wrong there? How did I figure all that out? I realised these couldn't be a 6, so 6 had to go here. Therefore, those couldn't be 6. Yep. That's fine. 6 can go there, so 6 and 2 have to go here. Therefore, 5 and 1 have to go here. I think that I'm okay with that. I guess that row is almost done. If I can just figure out which way round they go. What does that then say about these 2, if anything? What's left here? Like a 3, 4, 5, and a 6. And they could basically go anywhere? Yeah. Obviously, whichever one of these is 5 doesn't have a 3, 4, 5. Whichever one of these 5s determines which one's 6. But I don't know which one's 5. But is there a reason? Like if that were 5 and that was 6, if that were 5, that would have to be 6. Yes, because it's the only number bigger than it's not already in this row. So that means that couldn't be a 5 or a 6. It would have to be a 7 and a 4. Does that mess anything up somehow? Not really. 2 and a 6. It does tell me that 6 is here. And not here. Does that tell me anything useful? 6 is definitely in one of these 2 positions. So that's not, let's put some knots in again. So that's not a 6. That's not a 6. Okay. If that's not a 6, then what about in this space? Well, that could be a 6. That could be a 6, and that could be a 6. Sure. One, 5, 5, 1. Da 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 da. Feel like something's staring me in the face here and I can't see it. I know 1 and 7 are there. What do we need along here? We need a 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 is not there. So what's left for there? 3, 4, 5. I can't. Oh, 4 doesn't go there. So it's 3 or 5. But either of those would work. 3 or 5, yeah. But actually, maybe this ends up working out. So, okay, so I know this is a 3 or a 5. Let's put that in. 3 or 5. I know that one of these two is a 6. Does this end up resolving somehow? 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, one of these two is a 6. So obviously I know that the 4 and the 6 are over here. One of 3 or 5 is over here. So I know the 4 and 6 are over here. 4 and 6 are over here. Don't see how I could work out which one's which. 4 and 6 are over here. 6 is in one of those two. 4 could be in any of them. I mean, it knocks out a bunch of options up here, but I don't think it suddenly makes this not valid. 4 could be in any of them. 6 could be in those two. What else is going to go here? Either a 3 or a 5. Yeah, 5's bigger than 1. Sure, why not? But actually, maybe one of those combinations does make this not valid. We could think about it. Let's do some pink for a bit. So what do we need? We need a 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that 6 is here or 6 here. Let's start with 6 there. If 6 is there, then we're left with needing a 4 in one of these two. Let's put 4 there. And then we've got the option of 3. I realize this is going to be a lot to go through. 4, that narrows out. So that makes it not 6. Let's just cross them out. Not 6, not 4, not 4. So that means that's not... No, 7's still there, so it could be any of those still. Yeah, that really doesn't help much at all. It does make that 2. Because that can't be a... No, it doesn't make that 2. What am I about? Make that not a 3. That still could be a 3 or a 2. I think there's too many options to go through there. To the point where it just becomes almost like I'm just brute forcing the puzzle. I'd like to avoid brute forcing if I can. I feel like this is all going to collapse down at some point, but I don't know when. Wait, so this needs to be a number that has 3 less than it. That means it's 4, 5, 6, or 7. But it's not 7, so it's 4, 5, or 6. Which makes sense. 4, 5, or 6. But it's not 5, so it's a 4 or a 6. Let's put that in. 4. This is a 4 or a 6. Is that helpful? Those numbers are all still valid. Well, no, they're not all still valid. So that's 6 is not possible. So it's a 3 or a 5. Let's rewrite that since it's from back when I look 3, 5. Because that can't be a 7. Okay. So if I know that's a 4 and a 6, how does that help me? 4 or a 6, I mean, not 4 and 6. Well, if it's a 6, it gives me that as being the 6, but I don't know that it is the 6. It could be the 4. Something's gonna happen around here. What did I cut out from there? I had 3, 5, 6 there, didn't I? And what was the reason it wasn't possible? Was I have 3, 4, 5 there? 3, 5, 6. How did that go? I knew that was going to be a 4 or a 6. Because it can't be a 5. It needs to be greater than 3, 5, 6. It's going to be a 4, 5, 6, or 7. It can't be a 7, it can't be a 5, so it's a 4 or a 6. Okay. So this is a 3 or a 5. In which case that's... because it still needs to have 2 numbers smaller than it, so then in that case this is going to be a... it needs to have 1 number smaller than it, so it's a 2 or a 3. Is there any reason it couldn't be a 3 or a 2? Don't think so, but I at least know it's one of those. Oh no, it could be a 4 as well. Don't miss out the options. 2, 3, 4. Let's put it in. 2, 3, 4. 4. Right, because it has to be less than 5, but it has to have 1 less than it. Okay. And then this is 1, 2, 3 at that point. Okay. Except it's not 2 and 3. Ooh, this is a 1. Oh, yeah, okay. I could have thought about that a while ago, I think. 1, because it's not 2 or 3. Cool. So that means that this still could be any of those. But that can't be a... okay, here we go. It's happening. That can't be a 1, so that's a 7 now. And this is a 1. 1. Let's get rid of that 4 and put it back in. That looks terrible. There's not a lot of space when there's 2 circles next to it. Okay, hold on. Now what? There's got to be somewhere that can take us. Maybe. Nope. That's all still reasonable, I think. This could still be a 5 or a 6, right? Because 6 could be here, this could be a 2, and that would be a 6. And that would be a 3. Yeah. If that were a 5, that would be a 3. Wait, what? 6, 2, 6. Not necessarily, there could be a 6 somewhere else, right? Oh, I really hope I haven't messed up anywhere. I really hope. So what have I just gained? What have I gained along here, if anything? I basically know I know that entire row, sort of. I know at least which grid each number is assigned to. So 5 and 1 are here. So none of these are 5 and 1. What are we left with in this row? We're left with 2, 3, 4, 6. 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 doesn't go there, but it could go in either of those. 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah, what I really want to be able to do is cut something out from here, but the only constraint on there is that and the 1. So that all that means is that it can't be a 1, but I know that anyway. Yep. Oh, there's a 6 there, but I need this to constrain something, really. If I can. What else is left on this row? Do I know a 3 or a 5 is there? I know a 3 or a 5 is there. But that means that one of them could appear over here somewhere. And all of these are unconstrained, so that's not that useful. It does need a 4. So 4 is going to go here or here. That's going to be a 3 or... In fact, this might be helpful, actually. So, maybe... I know there's going to be a 3 or a 5 here. Therefore, one of these 3 is going to be a 4. But not that one. So it's going to be one of these 2 is going to be a 4. Oops. Sure, which means this entire thing's already got a 4. So that means one of these 3 is a 4. But not that one, because I know that's a 2 or a 6. So one of these 2 is a 4. But I can't tell which of those 2 is a 4. Yeah, I need to remember that I only ever put the blue numbers in if I know the full set of numbers it could be, and never to just put because I keep being tempted to just throw a 4 in. It's like, well, this could be a 4, but that's a bad notation. I'm better off marking that these cannot be 4, but I can maybe remember that. 4 and 4. Right, because the 4 has to go there. Therefore, this row's done. That one can't be, so one of these 2 is a 4. Is there any reason why that can't be a 4? Let's just figure that out. It would cut that out, but so what? Or here, yeah, there's like no good reason. The combination lock never had a 4 there. Oh yeah, because you can't have a distance from a 4. Okay, so not the 4. But then what about the others? So no 3 or 5 is there. So then there's going to be a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What about 7 on this? Wait, yeah, but 3 numbers left after that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, it's 6. Like also there's going to be one of these 3, but not which one. Yeah. 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 If I work out which way around those 2 are, I know which one this is, which is handy. Well, I say it's handy, I don't think that'll actually give me much for much later. What am I missing? Where does the 1 go in here? Not there, not there, not there, not there, not there. So here or here. If it went there, would that destroy this? No, because there's a whole bunch of numbers. Oh, I need to get rid of the... Whoops. I guess I could just redraw on the 6. Yeah. Let's loosen up the mouse. I loosened it up too much. 4, 4. Okay. 1 here or here. Any issues with either of those? Not really. What about this row? Hold on. So I don't know a whole lot, to be honest, do I? This is a 3 or a 5. If this is a 3, then... Or if this is a 5, then that's a 6. Then that's a 2. And so that's a 5 at the top. But that's only if that's a... Hold on. If that's a... if that's a 3? No, I was doing 5. That's a 5. That's a 6. That's a 2. So that's a 3. Any issue with that? I don't think so. Okay. So if this is a 3, then this is all still unconstrained. This could be a 2, that could be a 6. Yeah, too much. I'm beginning to make some pretty decent progress. Just one little bit more, and I'll be satisfied. I feel like one of these rows is going to suddenly just work out now. Is there... Oh, there's stuff I can knock out of here. So that's not a 7. So that means that's not a 3. Which means anything else? Not really, because the 3 and 7 still could be down here. Wait, is there any number that's only up there? 6, 7, 3, 2. 6, 7, 3, 2. No. Okay. Does this constrain this somehow? If this is a 5, it could be any of 2, 3, 4. So then, yeah, there's still basically any of these would do. 2, 6, 7, 6, 2, 3, 3, 2, 6, 7. I feel like I'm also missing some more of those ones that I could just erase right now somewhere. 5, 4, 1. No 5, 4s or 1s there. 7, 4, 1. No. So 1 here doesn't help. Is there another one that stretches back across in some weird way from what I've worked out over here? Two, 7. So these are not 2 and 7 because of those two, of course. Where does the 7 go on this row? Not there. Could go there. Could go there. Not there, not there. Where does the 7 go? Why can I not figure that out? Well, because there's not enough constraints. There was the whole thing about one of these two is 4. I couldn't figure out which one. 1, 2, 3 here, 6 and 2, 6 and 7, sorry, 1 and 2. I don't know that that's a 2. That could be a 2. I want to do a quick like what if situation. If this is 5, whoops, that's the eraser. If this is 5, then this is 6. Right? In which case this is 1. That can't be 6. So well, no, it can't be 6 anyway. So there's a 5 and a 3 and a 4 missing. So they could basically go anywhere. 5, a 3 and a 4. But that makes that not a thing. Which makes that not a thing. So that makes that a 6. So that's a 6 at that point. That makes that a 2 and that a 6. So that makes that entire row done. And that makes this a 3 or a 5 still. That's still undecided, I think. If this were a 3, 5 could go here, and this would be, what would it be, 2? Yeah. So that works. That would be a 4. We could keep this going. That would be a 4. Because, like, the thing is about putting a 5 there, it actually constrains this quite a lot, to the point where there might be a contradiction at some point. I don't have to keep branching a lot. So that's a 4. That makes that a 3. That makes that a 2. Another 1, obviously. 3. Do we have any contradictions yet? That makes that another 2. So therefore that's another 6. So then we know it's 3 and 7 or 6 and 2, which are the same numbers that are up there still. Two and 6. 6, 2, 3, 7. And I know there's either a 6 or a 7. No. Yeah, there's either a 6 or a 7 here. So if there's a 6 here, then this would have to be 3, 7. If there's a 7 here, then this has to be 6, 2. And that would be 7, 3, 6, 2. Or 6, 2, 3, 7. Yep. Oh, that's fine. That rules out a 6 from here and a 6 from here. Am I going too far with this? I might be. I mean, this might be the answer, and I could just keep doing this until I finish the puzzle. But I'm going to back out of this, I think. Let's just maybe try the opposite. If that's a 1, what does that mean? That means that's a 5. That means that's a 6. So that's another 6. I don't think this helps that much. That's another 6. Well, yeah, I know that now. So I still need a... What do I need? That's not a 2. I was thinking that 2 had to go there. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, and 5. Is there any reason... How do I decide which one goes where? They could go anywhere. Yeah. What's not? What would have to go here? And it could be quite a few things, right? Could it be a 2? That would make, if that were a 2, that would be a 6. That would be a 2. That would be either a 3 or a 5. If that were a 5, that would have to be a 6. Oh no, but I've already done that. So that can't be a 3. That would have to be, that would have to be a 3. That would have to be a 5. Any issues with that? Any issues? No 5 there, no 5 there, no 5 there. So what? Four, 2, 4, 3, 3, 2. 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2. Those 2s are gone. Those 5s are gone. That 5's gone. If that were 4, that would have to be 3 or 2. That allows lots of options. If that were 3, that only allows 2. In which case that's 6. So then these are 3 and 7. Yep, 3 and 7. In which case that's not a... Well, I don't know which way around they would be. Oh no, I do. 3 and then 7. Yep. In which case that's not a 3. This seems to work fine. Okay, let's try another number in that top space. I'm always scared of just suddenly going back, because maybe I was right next to a contradiction and I just didn't quite go all the way. Whatever. 1. So I just did a 2, right? Yes. So 3 is the next one that it could be. So that makes that a 5. So that's a 6. So that's 2. So that's a 6. So that's 4. So that's a 3. So that's a 2. That's a 1. That's not a 2. So that's not a 6. Might be about it. I mean, that rules out that 6, and that 6, and that 3, and that 3. Still lots of options. Which one of these two would be a 6 at this point? It could be any of them. Yeah. The other one would be a 3, or that would be a 3, and then the other thing is a 4. Could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. So, I can't really rule that out either. Something's going to fall together here. Maybe, or maybe I need to do another cross grid thing. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to call it here for now. I was hoping for another little breakthrough, but we'll figure it out next time. At this point, I would quite appreciate it if anybody who's watching knows that I made a mistake. Please just be like, you've made a mistake. because I'm kind of scared. I don't want to do this all over again if I made a mistake. So I'm not going to record the next one until there's been opportunity for people to respond to this video. Hopefully everything's okay so far. Yeah, okay. See you next time.